Hi Cass, welcome to our first 48 hours on the bank. What can you expect in this video? Well, you can expect a bit of stupidness, plenty of daftness. You can expect him. You might get a few fish.
We'll see.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, more than likely. Got a few ducks though.
We might go through a few of the basics of the ABCs. We might not. Basically, we'll just see how it goes. Like I say, we're here for 48 hours. Anything could happen. Alright, Cass, and welcome to On the Bank. This time we're at Coppice Farm Lakes. We're going to be fishing the mill specimen pool. We're here for 48 hours. Let's see what we can do. Now, specimen pool isn't a massive pool. It's about 60 metres long, 30 metres wide. Maximum depth about 6 foot. There's a good head of doubles, up to about 29 I think the maximum is, but mostly in the low doubles. Looks good. Facilities here, first impressions look really good. You've got about 5 or 6 lakes, but obviously we're fishing specimen. You've also got a cafe on site, toilets on site, which is quite a refreshing change. Don't always find that. So let's have a look at the pool. As you can see today, there's a bit of a chop on. It's quite a regular shaped pool. Got a wide part down there, and then we're up this narrow end, pegs 5 and 6. Water's quite clear, to be honest. It's not really a dirty pool, well maintained. We've fished other pools and found dead fish floating around the margins. This pool is absolutely immaculate. There's our little home from home. Well, there's one of them. Hi, Cass, here we are. First time out on the bank, as you can see, all dressed in green, so that must mean one thing. We're by the pool. There's the man, there's Adam, setting up. So today, where are we? We are at Coppice Lane. Who'd have thought? Coppice Lane, just in Burntwood. Coppice Lane in Burntwood, Ammerwich. So we're here for 48 hours. Let's see what we can do. Here we are. This is our first ABC. So carp fishing, we have different gear to match fishing. Rods have to be a bit stronger, and they're measured by test curve, TC. What does that mean? Test curve is basically the amount of weight it takes to bend the rod to a 90-degree angle. So for instance, my rods today are 3.5 pound test curve. That means it'll take 3.5 pounds to bend the tip to 90 degrees. If you're using a spod rod, you'd want a bigger test curve because you're casting more weight. How does that actually affect the fishing? So the stiffer the rod, theoretically the further you can cast. You can buy 6 foots, 10 foots, 9 foots, 12 foots, as long as you want. I find 10 foots work best for me. It gives me ease of aim as opposed to a 12 foot, which tends to like move slightly for me, and I tend to miscast.
Well, we're still here, still had nothing, but the time has come. 8 o'clock. Nothing, there's a few showing, but what can you do? It's fishing. That's why it's called fishing, not catching. We're trying different spots, different baits. Nothing as of yet, but I don't think as we've been here yet anyone's caught on the pool. So I reckon we might see something a bit better tonight when the temperature drops a little bit. So the air pressure's still a little bit high. Not that I know what I'm talking about, but it just sounds carpy. And by the way, check out the gear.
Now obviously to go with your rod you're going to need reels. You can get normal reels, you can have front control, rear control. Personally I use bait runners, so does Adam. Just gives you the ability to flick on your bait runner so that if anything does take a bite, it can run until you do actually strike into it, rather than it just spits it out or pull your rods in. Ask at your local angling shop and they'll give you any advice that you need on bait runners, size of the bait runner you need, how much line you need to hold on your spool, depends on where you're going to be fishing. As you can see, it's tea time. A little bit of curry, lamb koftas, garlic and herb naan, Adam
for tea.
beer and cider, on a lovely sunset. What more could you ask for? Maybe a fish or two.
I was going to say a fish on the bank would do.
But we ain't got that far yet. They don't seem to be wanting to play. Hopefully, as the night draws in, air pressure drops, temperature drops a little bit, the fish will go down to where we've baited. If not, we come up with plan B tomorrow. One way or another. If I had to throw Adam in with a spear gun, we'll try and get a fish on the bank.
Down for that.
Peace.
Right guys, just a quick update. As you can see, we're still drinking beer, so yeah, nothing's happened. Ian had a liner, that was about it, but to be fair, the whole pool's gone quiet. Maybe we might get a bit of action later on, who knows. Well, we've got plenty of time, so we'll just keep you informed and let you know what's going on. Right then, so yeah, we just listen to a bit of absolute 80s radio just to pass the time. Ian's in charge of he's the DJ. So yeah, right then, we'll catch it in a bit. Go on!
Well, what can I say? First day, no bites, nothing. But we still have full, we've still got tomorrow. So we've turned in. Adam's gone to his bivvy. I'm in my bivvy. Nice and quiet, chill night, get some sleep, back on it tomorrow. Catch you then.
Morning guys, just a quick update. There was absolutely diddly squat caught in the night, so we've managed to get a decent night's sleep. Been up since probably about 6ish. It's recast just for a little before we look at the plan of action for today. To be honest, there's nothing showing at the minute. Ian's just managed to get up. He said he was up about 4:30 and couldn't hear nothing, but we did have some rain in the night, so I think temperatures might have dropped. He's just gonna over there. He's down there somewhere, hiding in the bush. But yeah, as you can see, there's absolutely nothing showing. We had some rain. That was about it. It is. Morning, Ian.
Morning, people.
How did you sleep?
Oh, with my eyes closed.
Yes, it's always a bonus when you sleep with your eyes closed.
Hanging from the rafters.
Upside down like a bat.
But it's a bit fresh this morning, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a change. Nothing in the night though.
Nah.
It is what it is.
I had a couple of beeps on the one rod, but that was it. So, but we've got another 24 hours. We start afresh.
Go
Top
again.
man.
Go again.
See you all if we get any action, peeps.
Peace.
Peace. Yes, we're on. We're on. First one, just after Ian had decided to go live, so obviously the fish didn't want to show his face. I hope to God it's a big one so I can ground him. But anything is a bonus at the minute. Just trying to tangle these rods by the looks of it. Oh, it's a decent, nice one. A very, very nice one. Going to grab the net. No, not yet. Yep, we've got him.
Cool.
Right guys, just a quick update. Ian's had the one at £16.6. We reckon it was heavier, we reckon his scales were out. But obviously we're just going to go with what the scale says. It's definitely a bit cooler today. Temperatures dropped, there's a lot more breeze. And I felt something was off on one of my rigs. So what I've done is changed it to a helichod, because I think maybe I was getting caught in the silt. So I'm just going to try that for the night, well, for the rest of the day probably, and probably the night from where I'm fishing, because it seems a bit silty. But there's definitely signs of the fish showing now, so fingers crossed we get a couple of bites later on. We've got till probably roughly about 9:30 in the morning, so we've still got a good 12, 16, 18 hours.
Plenty of time.
So yeah, we'll keep you updated, and peace out.
And he's finally in. And is it the one that changed?
Yes.
So sometimes, as you can see, it's not the bait you're using, it's the system you're using. So Adam's changed from using a Ronnie to a helichod. And now, because where he was fishing's a little bit silty, his bait is presenting a little bit higher above the silt. Rod's been out, what, 20 minutes?
If that.
And he's in. Time for a bit of breakfast. So from the gate where we've parked our cars, just have a short walk and we'll end up at the cafe. Up by the cafe there's toilets, male and female, both separated. Very clean indeed. Just to the left here there's a match pool. Sundays they generally do have matches on here. Lots of pole fishermen. Tried the pole, not really for me. I want my rod and reel. That's the bridge pool. That's where they're all having the competition. And as I said, just a short walk, and there is the hut, the cafe. Even at my slovenly pace, that's just taken 2 minutes. Right, so what do you get from the cafe for 11 quid? You get 2 of these. Bacon, sausage, egg, mushrooms, black pudding. That's what you want Bankside. Get down a treat.
Ian's in again. Didn't think he had, he thought he'd lost it, but it was actually mounting in towards him. So hopefully we get another chunk, hopefully. See what happens.
Story time with Adam.
Been an eventful couple of hours, I must admit. First, as said before, changed rigs, went to helichod because felt it was a bit silty, and then within 15 minutes of it being out, ripped off. Had a lovely £20 6 mirror, new PB for me, go me, thanks to Ian, his assistance. And then just as we were settling down again, my rod ripped off again. And this is where it begins. So, little beep turned into a bigger beep. Just running over to go and get my rods, and the rod goes in the water. Agony to ecstasy. No, agony. Ecstasy to agony, should I admit. Too many sherbets. To say the least. Gutted, absolutely gutted. Obviously, fish safety's got to come into play. So, gets on the phone to my partner. Literally, I'm only 10 minutes away from home, so she brings my 12-foot rods down, managed to get one out. And sitting, having a quick bite to eat. Ian's rods rip off. Go on. So, I go over and give him a chuck. Start recording. There's pointless footage. And he's like, I've got a cross line. So he reels his rod in, gets his waders on, which he's just took off because he's gone looking for my rod, and he's got hold of this other line. So he gets in the water, I'll pass him the line, he's waded right up to his man boobs, down there obviously, and hands me my rod that we'd lost an hour and a half ago, and resulting reel needs a good clean, but I've got it back with the rod, which I'm very grateful for. So anyway, Ian's holding the line, and then like the fish is still on there, so I'm reeling, he's feeding the line because the reel's full of silt. I'm reeling, and lo and behold, a lovely £15 mirror, the same one that actually nicked my rod, decided to bring it back to me. So, but with thanks to Ian and the lap of the carp gods, the fish has gone back, returned safe. I've got my rod and reel back safe. So yeah, in all, I'd say very eventful day. PB, lost rod, found rod, 3 fish between us. Can't have some more. Oh, and what a place this Coppice Lane Fishery is. Absolutely mint. Recommend it to everyone. Come along and fish it. Brilliant day. Peace. Right then guys, traps are set for the night. As you can see, we're starting to lose light. We've had a productive day. Three fish between us. Biggest being £20 6. And obviously you'll hear all about the story of the one that got away that we found again. But now, if we hear anything or get anything in the night, we will let you know. But recommend these facilities, no doubt. Well guys, so might catch it in the night. If not, it'll be in the morning. Peace. To be honest, I don't know whether you can hear me. Another quiet night. Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. Woke up this morning and it ain't looking good at all. So as you can see, it's absolutely hammering it down. So I think it's just going to be a case of trying to ride it out as long as possible, and then get the bivvies and everything packed up in the car and home and shower. So we get a quick update when we finish, but yeah, it's been a nothing kind of night. So right, anyway, speak to you later.
So that's the end of our 48 hours at Coppice Lane Farm. The weather this morning was a little bit Wizard of Oz, shall we say. Blew my house over. Always remember though, folks, when you're out fishing, leave your pegs how you found them, or in a better state if you can. So let's have a quick look at the rules while we're here. I think the rules are pretty simple, to be honest. 2 rods per person, 1 person per peg. Fish your designated pegs only. Large unhooking mat, 36-inch minimum. 36-inch minimum landing net. Barbless and microbarb hooks. No sacking, no bait boats, no braided line, no wading dogs, no peanuts or tiger nuts, no under 18s, no campfires, no non-angling guests at any time. Keep your cart wet when unhooking and for photography. No standing for pictures. Radios and TVs to be kept low. No driving to your pegs. Fishery gates lock automatically as per the closing time and reopen at 7 AM. They're in old rules. In fact, they're quite lapsed compared to some fisheries.
Definitely.
You don't need a bait boat for this place. To be fair, spotting's questionable, but each to their own. Would we come here again? Would we come here again, Adam?
Definitely, absolutely, definitely. Car faulty. I mean, facilities bang on, food's absolutely amazing, I must say. Credit to the staff. Yeah, we've had drama. What's a fishing trip, or a trip anyway, without drama? And I've brought my PB. What more can you ask for on a fishing trip? It's been a great adventure, and as always, spending time with my good pal Ian. Spot on, absolutely spot on.
So we're going to bring this to a close now, and we'll see you again soon, no doubt. So until then,
Peace.